Hey
guys, good evening. Now, today we are going to discussing about the namespaces. Okay, understand the namespace concept. It's very important for us because if you go for any real time, okay, they're gonna ask like as they won't apply every application in the single namespace. Okay, and even if you see that like as we created the dashboard is deployed in the new namespace, and then that what are the application we deployed in the another namespace. Okay, and that by default is the another namespace like as a QB system. Those things we have, right? Like that we create our own custom namespace and we are going to deploy our application in the that particular namespaces. Okay, we'll see that today. Now this client is not required now as of now. Just I'm going to let's go for 21 this. Let me get this. First of all, kubectl get nodes. We got already. Just take this and let me go for this. Because graphically I'll show this. Okay, instead of command line, if you see this dashboard also will get more clear. Okay, just I'm make sure to show up here, but don't confuse guys. Okay, and there is a couple of new namespaces extra, but when you do for yourself your system, but you won't get this many namespaces. Okay, because of for testing purpose when I created those namespaces still available now. I'll show that what are the namespaces will come. 30105, right? See, I remember the port also. How I know that port number? Okay, don't confuse. Just kubectl get service and then hyphen all hyphen namespaces. Okay, this here the dashboard port is the 30105. Okay, this is what that, and the next which we are already get this token, just copy this token and paste it over there with this token, paste it here. Okay, fine. Now see guys, as of now we are seeing the all these namespaces now here, but when you install in your system, okay, when you create the new dashboard that time, basically if you did not install the dashboard, if you did not install dashboard also in your system, we are going to get the namespaces, right? How we are going to get the namespaces? Basically just use the get kubectl get ns. Okay, we'll get namespaces here, but I'll get a couple of extra here now. QB node release and dashboard and monitoring, these namespaces I'll get extra because of I created now here this dashboard time. I'm going to use this. Basically when you do the setup in your command line kubeadm cluster, we'll get a 3 namespaces by default. One is that default namespaces and public namespace and qb system namespaces. Okay, and what is the context? Default namespace means this is the namespace we are going to use for our, if by default if you did not specify any particular namespaces, this application is going to deploy in the default namespaces. And this is for qb system is that by default namespaces which are going to deploy the all our services like as scheduler and then controller manager and then API server, all those things will be deployed on this. Okay, and the public is like as to access our services outside of public and configuration, authentication, authorization, that the public namespaces it will be used. Okay, I'll show you it here again as a documentation. Just 1 second. Self notes, and let's go for Kubernetes here now. Where is Kubernetes? And then this namespaces. Okay, now like see here, the default namespaces is objective for no other namespaces. Okay, this is for if you wanna deploy any application, it's go for the used by the default namespaces. QB system namespace created Kubernetes system, and the public namespaces is created automatically when is readable by all users, including those who are not authorized. This namespace is mostly used by the cluster usage. In case of some resources should be visible to readable publicly. Okay, this is the reason it will go by used by the this public. And then when you go for the different custom namespaces and all, like for example, I'm going to deploy my application. Okay, but that application I'm going to deploy the different environments. Let's say dev environment, a staging environment, and pre-production environment, and production environment. That would be. But if you deploy the all application in one place, you will be confused like as which container is particular which namespaces, right? Now what we do, if you deploy that particular container on the particular environment, we'll filter it out on the based on the particular namespaces. Okay, that's the reason we are going to use that. And one more advantage is namespaces. For example, the container name you want to use the multiple times. Okay, the same container name. Then what we do, the name will be the unique in the one single namespace, but we can use the same name in the number of namespaces. That is also one advantage of the namespaces. Okay, this namespaces in the Kubernetes cluster is that we are calling as a virtual cluster. The Kubernetes cluster, on top of that, we are going to use the virtual cluster is the namespaces. Entire what are the application we are going to deploy in that namespace only, we are going to be deploy that on a particular environment. Okay, that we are going to call as the virtual end cluster. Okay, these namespaces are intended used by the environments, many user and any n number of across multiple teams and projects. Okay, you can, for that reason we are going to get the multiple namespaces. For cluster, we are going to few tens of users. They're not required to create a namespaces if you few small application kind of things. Okay, like this is what just we discussed. The Kubernetes namespaces could be isolated the namespaces for different environments. Okay, and this is for the unique names. Okay, when you do the namespaces, by default we'll get at this when you deploy this, because of I get the couple of extra things is because I deploy one dashboard and all those things, right? The dashboard earlier, the dashboard will comes under the Kubernetes system. Now it got changed again. Okay, that now it's a new dashboard, the new release of the dashboard. That's the reason it comes this. Earlier it will comes under the same namespace. Cool. Then next, what we do, if you get all the namespaces, this is the, and you want to create your own custom namespaces. How to we are going to create? We are going to use for the kubectl create a namespace, that namespace name, whatever you want, we are going to be created now. Is it clear, guys? How to create a custom namespace as a through command line? Through command line, how we are going to create the namespace like this. Let's copy this. I'm going to use this now. See, I don't have a namespaces in this test in this in the namespace section, right?
Names.
Spelling mistake. Yeah. Namespace test. Okay, the namespace is got created just now, and just get it that get namespace. Now the namespace is got now. Okay, and for example, you want to deploy application on the particular namespace, then how we are going to deploy? Now you can use this namespace inside your yaml file, or else while deploying, like as when you do the git like as sorry, I mean git just class is finished. Okay, that kubectl and then apply -f that yaml file, and you can specify for where you want to deploy, like as -f namespace equal to test. Now this application is deployed in the particular test, and there is another way to create a namespace. Even you can use the yaml file and create a namespace. Just we can use that way also. This document we can use for the namespace also. We can create the namespace.yaml file. I think I already have here. Just I'll show open this vi. Let's see here, and then here we have a namespace vi new namespace.yaml file. Now we are going to use for the API version in v1, and then kind is namespace, and we are going to use the namespace name also. That you can do any name here. Okay, that your wish. What are the namespace name you want, like dev, pre-dev, or what are the you want? Just save this now, and then just get the namespaces again back. Just get the namespaces now. Now see here, now we got that new namespace. Is that we did not apply still, right? kubectl apply -f and then new namespace.yaml file. Just do this now and get it test. Now we got the another namespace now, another namespace now. Now we are going to deploy this. We can use these namespaces in the while deploying your applications now. Now let's get the application kubectl get pods on the hyphen namespace. If you want to get the particular, like for example, if I get this pods, what will happen? I'll get all the pods from the this. Which namespace I got this when I do this, guys? If I get the pods, and which namespace will get it here now?
Default.
The default namespace, right? And even there is an option to like we can override that default namespace also, that we are going to discuss in this class itself. And the next, if this information will get it by the default namespaces, okay, which we are going to deploy the previous classes. All the application is deployed here, right? That is will going to be in this namespace, okay. And the next, close this first. Good. The next, let me deploy the application using the namespaces here now, okay. And now see here, you can use, I'm going to apply the same tutem application here now. Tutem is that we already seen when you're discussing on the Docker time, right? Now see here, we can specify directly here. I'm going to deploy the application directly using this namespace here now, okay. I'm going to use the name here and everything here. That's, I'm going to specify the tutem2 here, okay. Tutem2 here, I'm going to deploy here now, okay. And see that kubectl get pods. Don't confuse here, okay. I'll let you know here. kubectl get pods, and we have the one tutem here. It was from it's a 2 days 2 hours back it was deployed, okay. Don't confuse here. And the next, I'm going to show you that where we deploy the latest tutem application is tutem2 application. Then let's see that kubectl get pods hyphen namespace equal to, what is that? Namespace equal to new namespace, right? New hyphen namespace, new namespace, okay. Now see, this is the application we just deployed. tutem2 application is just deployed. Even when you deploy this, there is a all object will be get it now, like get pods and get okay. And let's say we'll get sorry, rs, okay. And then get deployment object also. We'll deploy the deployment object also, okay. Deployment object also is going to be deployed now, okay. And see now here, all this now you will get to know this here. And then just it's got signed out, maybe the token is got expired here. Just 1 second. It's maybe the token got expired. Let me get the token fine again. It's not expired. Good. Now see here, the namespace is right. Just click here. That whatever we deploy the namespaces, this new namespace and test namespace, these two namespaces will come extra here now. And if you see the new namespaces, only that list of that particular namespace is going to be displayed here now, okay. That namespace if we select, and that namespace, what are the application we deploy, what is the pods are deployed, what is the replica set are deployed, what is secrets are deployed here, and what is the all these things are going to be show up here now. If you click here, it will show the replica set also. Clear guys? It's deployed in the particular namespace now, okay. Like when you do this normal way of kubectl run command, this run command we are going to deploy directly all deployment object. If you do the deployment object, what are the things will deploy? Pod and replica set also will be deployed, that we discussed, right? Clear now? Is it clear guys, how we can use the namespace while deploying your application itself? Okay, fine. I don't want to use here now, I want to use in the YAML file. That we'll discuss in the next section. Is it clear guys? Clear? Others?
Yes, madam.
Cool. The next, let's let it go. Okay. And if you want to get the all the namespaces, you can use this command to get the all the namespaces. Okay. And again, one more guys here, even the namespace, there is a there is a matching regular express also. You can use that name and letters also. Okay, we can, the namespace name is, you can do that up to 63 characters. Okay, and the next thing is, you can get all the namespaces again, all the pods from all the namespaces. A lot of will come here now. Okay, here now will come. Okay, a lot of things will come. Fine. Now the next, what we do, we are going to deploy the application here now. The same application I'm going to deploy in the different way here. Okay, let's, I have already have this VA is YAML file, and the test namespace I already have here now. And here, instead of here, I'm going to use this here now. The name is my two term 2. Okay, I'm going to use the label name is here now, and this is, I'm going to deploy the pod. It's not a replica set, it's not a deployment object. Okay, just I'm going to deploy the pod, only pod will be deployed. Okay, there is no any scaling and scalability and self-healing. There is no option here now, just we are using the pod. It's not replica set. Just I'm trying to show like as where we are going to use the namespaces here, the example. Okay, in this metadata section, there's the 4 sections are main, right? API version, kind, metadata, and spec. Okay, in this metadata section, in this name labels, under the same place we'll get the namespace also. Even you can do here or there also, your wish. Okay, but the namespace we are going to specify under the metadata section. Is it clear, guys? Clear now? And let's first, before deploying here, let's see any applications, any pods are there in the particular namespace. kubectl get pods --- namespace equal to what? Test, right? Test namespace, but no resource found in the this namespace. Is it clear, guys? Now I'm going to deploy this application, kubectl apply -f, and the next my qterm. Now this pod is going to deploy, and just get it down again. Now this got be deployed now. Okay, even let's go for UI and see the namespace here. That application will come to here also. Wait. This a set. 1 second. This test namespace. Okay, only pod is deployed. It's not replica set. There's no won't get it. Only pod will get it here now, because of we are not deploying anything here now. Just pod we deploy. That pod we are going to be see right now. Here, this is a my pod name. Just we created, right? My two term 2. Okay, don't confuse two term 2 and this. Two term 2 is for that that namespace. Okay, new namespace, right? That another namespace here. Just dividing your work kind of things, like as only that application, like for example, test application or test namespace, or maybe development application development namespaces. For example, like DB application DB namespaces. Whatever you want, we are going to be specifying from here. Clear, guys? Clear now? As of now, clear? Okay, up to this clear now. Now, when I do this kubectl get namespace, I don't want to get for like as default namespace. I need to make it my particular environment, because of from when I came into the office, then every time I'm working on the particular namespaces, I hate this running for command life and namespace every time. Like you want to make it your default, you want to switch that namespace your default namespace, that we are going to be set up now. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear now? As of now, then let's see this now. Everything changing the default namespace now. And for example, when you do this config current context, what are the context is there, that will become here now. It's just I'm grabbing now. Let's see the config view, kubectl config view. What is the config is already there now. This is the name and the cluster, Kubernetes cluster, Kubernetes admin. This is the context is right now, it is there. Okay, and there is like it's the default namespace will be show up here now. Context is that default namespace will be show up here. It's empty now. Now when you give this particular namespace, that data will come now here. Okay, and set context. If you are going to be specify the particular namespace now let's say test or new space, that whatever you want, you can going to be set it now. I'm going to set in the like as config set context hyphen current, okay, and then hyphen namespace equal to new namespace. Instead of default, I'm going to set up the new namespace now here. Okay, now let's see the what will happen. Then when you do this again, for example, if you want to delete, we can delete that later also. Now see that kubectl get pods. Now see only one pod will come now. Earlier how many will get earlier? What are the pods will get now? That will be when it will be completed. Okay, clear now? Only will get the only this pod. Now we change into the, let's see the context view again one more time. Now now namespace will come to new namespace. Here and see the previous one, the same configuration here. The cluster here showing that, but there is no namespace here now. There's nothing. Okay, that's the default namespace. Right now here we are specifying for what the namespace is for what for me. Okay, again for example, I want to revert it back again default, then simply okay, I'll do that also. Okay, that is the default. Like if you again for example, if you delete the namespace, what will happen? For example, if I delete this namespace, for if you deploy the application on the particular namespace, again it will throw error. The error will throw like as a no resource found on the particular namespace or whatever it may be. Then what we do, we are going to be the namespace is right here. The namespace we are going to be get it back again. While deploying your application, we need to specify for your namespaces whatever it may be. Image that you deploy, this will deploy in the default namespaces here. These errors will get it, but the namespace is not finding here now. That will go for because of the default namespace we already set up, right? When you deploy this, if you delete this namespace, what I'm trying to show now, for example, I'm trying to delete this one. I'm trying to delete this namespace. I'm going to delete this namespace not in the default place. Directly I'm going to delete the namespace here now. I'm using the delete namespace. That namespace I'm going to use that. But still by default namespace I specify the new namespace. But still I'm going to delete this. I can delete now. I can delete now. Wait, let it delete. Once delete, if you try to deploy any application, now the namespace we set up here, but the namespace is got deleted. Now we got error now. We got a error now. Now see here, the config view, still the namespace is located. The default namespace is there, but namespace is deleted. The namespace is deleted, but we are default namespace we are specifying this. And for example, I'm trying to deploy some application. Just try to deploy any application now that you wish. Just deploy any application. Try to deploy, let's say something, but anyway, it can't be deployed this application. Let's say deploy the tutum 3. Now it will kick us because of not found. The namespace new space is not found because of we deleted, but the default namespace is we specifying that array. That default namespace is what namespaces. And now what I do, I need to revert it back to the my default namespaces. Then how can I do that? Now we can use that set context hyphen current equal to namespace is empty. Namespace is empty. Okay, now it will got modified that default. Then just deploy this application. This application is got deployed in the where the default namespaces. And if you want to check, just do that kubectl get namespace, sorry, get pods. Just do the get pods, and you will get to know that tutum 3 application is got also deployed in this namespace. And if you still want to see the graphical representation, just go here. Just 1 second. Here, just go for default namespace. Okay, I'm going to click this new name. Let's not delete it here, even will not showing here now. Just go for default namespace. You will get deploy the all your objects now here. That tutum 3. Just 50 seconds ago we deployed this application. Clear, guys?